A good win. Just to get back in the win column after the other night. Now we head into finals. Obviously, we'll be off tomorrow and then do some individual workouts on Tuesday, and then we got 3 days of prep for a really good Drake team I've been really impressed with in the time I've seen him on film. But congratulations, this guy, 17 assists. Obviously, that's tremendous. A lot of great point guards and decision makers have been through this program. I can rattle them all off, but that's a special achievement. The guys did a great job celebrating him in the locker room, so that was great moment. And then the biggest stat, 28 assists on 40 baskets. We got to just share the ball, and then we got to get to work. You know, this is the biggest time of year where you've got to improve from finals week to Christmas break to leading into conference. We've got to figure out ways to get better and slowly integrate all these guys.
So, Tyrese, what got into you tonight?
Man, I don't know. That's just how I play. I was just sharing the basketball. After the Iowa game, I was going to do radio with Heft, and he told me that he's like, "Yeah, good game, but I still need you to break my assist record." And I was like, "Oh, I'll break it." And I didn't mean this game, but I told him I'd break it eventually. And then this morning, me, Mar, and P were talking at shoot around. I told him that I was gonna break it tonight. So I was just trying to share the ball, and I guess it worked.
When you got to like 13 or 14, did you know how close you were to breaking his record?
Well, like the 17th one, like the last couple, Mar was on the bench, like standing up, yelling at me, like, "You got 5 more, 4 more." Like when I got that 17th, like we still thought I was at like 14. So like we had 2 minutes left, so I was trying to think how I can get 3 assists in 2 minutes.
Which was your best assist?
Either the lob to T. Lou or the pass to George at the end. I don't know if that was my 17th one, but yeah, Mar the Tron up there was wrong, so Mar kept telling me different numbers. So when we heard 17, it was pretty cool.
No finals.
Yeah.
Mario, you guys shot like 70% today. I guess what led to that tonight?
I would say just the energy Reese brought to start. I thought some of us lacked energy, including myself in the first half, and Reese just kept us going, and I was just it got him going to a great game. So definitely proud of him, and that definitely was the reason.
Anything further for the players?
All right, guys. Thank you.
Might need to tell him.
Questions for Coach Braun?
How do you even put 17 assists in context? It's just a silly number.
Yeah, to be honest, I had no idea. Tyrese is one of those kids you just play, and he just seems like he could play. If it went 45 minutes, he could play 45. You don't take him out. He's just got something about him. Really, since watching him play, the recruiting of him is sometimes we didn't recruit him long, but once I saw him play. There was 2-3 possessions up and down the floor, and you're like, this kid's just got something. But I guess at the 3-4 minute mark, they told me, hey, he's close to the record. And so at the media timeout, I was actually drawing up a play to try to see if we can get him in a position to, hit a guy for a pass to try to get close to the record. And then that's when they came out with the announcement that he had the record. But 17 assists, a lot of assists. I mean, that's what he's about, though, man. He's an awesome kid to coach. He just wants to win, and he just has something about him, man. And some guys got it, and he's got it. And it's an unbelievable honor. That's why I didn't know who had the record. That's what I was asking after. I was like, who had it? Tinsley, the Hornacek, Monte, and then they said Eric Heff. So I'll have to get on Heff on radio in a little bit.
So you were drawing up the play. Did you think you had it?
Yeah, just to try to really more so just to put him in a situation where he had to make the play, just to try to see if we help him out if you're going to get that close.
Steve, getting the win tonight is important for you guys. What do you need to do to keep that momentum going forward, going against Drake in the Big Four Classic?
Well, it's going to be a tough game. I've been really impressed, like I said, with Drake on film. They've had some really good wins. They've won on the road. They've won at home. Saw them when they played North Dakota State. The biggest thing we have to do is just take care of ourselves. Obviously, we're adding guys into our roster. The makeup of our team's a little bit different over the last week and a half. We're going to add more guys, possibly for the Drake game, maybe for the Eastern Illinois game, not sure yet. But the biggest thing for us is just to continue to preach selflessness, chemistry, and then ways to get better. First and foremost, defensively, and then the second most, how we continue to move the ball on offense, whether people switch, whether people hard hedge, whether people ice ball screens, to where we've got great movement and good spacing. And if we do that, we've got good enough scores that we'll put enough points up. But just really worry about us and focus on us. But we've got this is a great week, couple weeks to get better, but it's also the couple toughest weeks because the holidays are coming up and you can lose focus. You got finals, and so we've really got to be dialed in as we go up there Saturday. We've got to be dialed in.
You got another good 20 minutes from Terrence tonight. It seems like when he's on the floor with Tyrese, those two kind of feed off of each other. Teams feel like Tyrese really knows for him, I think. Do you think that that's part of where he's seen more confidence grow over the last couple weeks and just his teammates really showing a lot of confidence in him?
I think they want him to do well. I think Terrence he's making shots now. I think he's taking better shots. I bet the one miss he had, I don't think, was probably one of the shots he probably shouldn't have taken. Defensively is the biggest area. He just got to continue to grow in there. Sometimes you probably saw me talking to him where he messed up some alignments or some switches or switched when he shouldn't have or didn't switch when he should have, and then the couple turnovers. But he's done some really good things for us. His biggest thing, is just don't ride the roller coaster of good game, bad game. Just stay even keel, and continue to work and do the right thing. But he's made a ton of strides, and the great thing about him, he puts a guy out there that when he shoots it, you really think it's going in.
When do you make the call on Lindell and Solo?
But they'll practice. I know you. Maybe that wasn't you. Somebody else had texted me today. When will they start practicing? And they're both doing non-contact stuff, some 5-on-0, some shooting stuff. Like today, they went through shoot around. Wednesday will be their first. As of today, Wednesday will be their first contact day, if everything is approved going into Wednesday at 3:00. And then we'll go from there. I'm not in a hurry to rush them back for Saturday because this is a long season, and we got to make sure we don't have any setbacks. And they've got to get back into game shape, and they got to get their reps on both ends of the floor. But they should get back to contact on Wednesday.